Alex Van Halen is selling all of his drums. This includes everything, all of his custom gear, his signature gear, everything he used over the years in his legendary career with Van Halen is being auctioned off. This says a lot about what he's planning to do relative to Van Halen's legacy. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but first let me quote from the article, which was over at Ultimate Guitar, and it says that everything in his collection, 350 lots encompassing a wide selection of drum kit parts, record awards, personal items, road cases, autographed pieces, and more, are all going to be auctioned off. Alex is quoted as saying, quote, "I always have pursued the best possible sound, which drove me every single day, every single album, and every single tour to be on top of my game. I hope that passing on all these pieces will inspire current and next generations to be the best they can be." End quote. So, some of the key items in the auction include the 5150 tour kit, a bunch of his industry awards, and the very last kit that he ever used with Van Halen, a rosewood snare drum, his rosewood snare drum collection, and all of his iconic gongs. Now, what this means in terms of Alex Van Halen personally is that he's absolutely finished with music. He's absolutely finished with Van Halen, and he's probably not going to have anything to do with digging through the old archives or putting together a tribute show or anything like that. What this means to Van Halen fans is that the rest of the future releases, retrospectives, or anything that comes out of the vault is going to be the result of a collaboration or an agreement between Wolfgang Van Halen and David Lee Roth. And if anything is ever going to happen in terms of there being a tribute show or a few concerts to celebrate Van Halen's music featuring Alex, I seriously don't think that's going to happen. Now, why do I think that he did this? Do I think that this is a moment of triumph for Alex Van Halen or a moment of sadness? I think that is a moment of triumph in that he's recognizing that Van Halen is basically over as an entity, and I think that it's good that he's doing this and not trying to beat a dead horse or milk a cash cow or do anything cynical. But I also think that it's sad in that there's an underlying recognition in his selling off of his vintage equipment that it's no longer really relevant. He says that he hopes it inspires future generations, but he knows, having been at the cutting edge of music technology while he was in Van Halen, that times are changing so fast that the cutting edge equipment he developed is pretty much obsolete at this point, and music as he understands it is, if not obsolete, definitely changing, and this is impacting everyone. I've done a video on why I think Jimmy Page hasn't released any new material, and I think that part of the reason is because he sees the writing on the wall as far as classic rock type vintage music goes in today's distribution and listening environment. So anyway, Alex selling off all of his stuff is a clear sign that he's ready to move on from his many years in Van Halen, and I for one applaud his ability to call an end when it is the end, even though it's kind of a sad thing to see. This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Also, there's a join button available for those of you who would like to support the site, and if you click the join button, you'll get access to members only badges, members only polls, and members only videos. In fact, I just uploaded a ton of new members only content, and I plan to upload most of the archive content into the member section as well. And I hope that you'll click the button to see all the cool perks you can get for becoming a member. Also, there's another way you can support the site. If you'd like to click the Buy Me a Coffee link, go over there and make a donation. I deeply appreciate it. Every little bit helps keep this site growing. Thanks a lot.